Oh, no, icon audio. Okay, so let's get started. Yes, start a new game. In memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly Hundred. The Fate of Black Peter. Brief summary appears in the character's portrait. I've always been a fan of Sherlock Holmes. I'm not sure why, though. Just something about his way of figuring things out.
Holmes! Holmes, will you stop that?
What is he doing?
You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
We forgot.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Confident step, clinking handcuffs, policeman. Ninth step avoided. Inspector Lestrade.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I
Yes.
suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Oof.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Okay. Okay, and then it's just skip travel.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Alright. Okay.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Select a suit to wear. Oh, okay. That's what I have to do. Wardrobe. Let's see. Morning gown, sailor outfit, unbuttoned suit. Or these are all locked. Oh, here they are. I was one away. You know what? I like the light one. To Woodman's Lee. Okay, that was useful.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Okay. Oh, okay, I can run.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Okay, well, first, let's do a profile, I guess. Cameo. Cross. Well, rosary, I guess. Huh, gloves for gardening. Crest. Oh, birdhouse. Okay, so
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Oh, how do I know about Plymouth? Pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Huh, wow. Okay, so now we have profiles. Okay. Okay, I get it.
Mr. Holmes?
Alright, cool. So I should take a look at that cabin then, if that's where it
It
was.
seems that the garden was well maintained.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Alright, in we go.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Concentrate your attention on finding details others are inclined to overlook. Door lock, scratches.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Whoa.
What a terrible way to die.
Shelf. Suspiciously empty space.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Well, it could possibly have had money in it. Then again, this seems like a odd cabin.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884.
Odd place.
Peter Carey
This
was
wouldn't
a
be a
captain.
good place to keep money. Well,
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
a knife.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
And dropped it into the pool. This is blood. Cool. Notebook.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime.
Well, let's open it.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
That's not Peter Carney. Come on, the notebook's gotta have something. Oh, there it is.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Something's up over here. Someone was trying to get the notebook.
Aha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry. The weapon...
Alright. So... make an ambush. Two cups.
The initials P. The initials P.
So this is obviously Peter's.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Sailboat. Oh, I can move things. Oh, I'm not skipping. Okay. You there. Okay, finally.
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors. Someone drank from this glass recently.
Alright. Oh, maybe there's more on the table.
Rum.
Oh.
A sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Well, maybe he was sharing it with somebody. Because why would he pour himself 2 glasses?
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Why would I just take his boots?
The ship's... The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack. Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
Okay. Whaling map. Ship's logs.
The tooth of a sperm whale. Probably from...
Well... Okay. Not where I wanted to go. You gotta be kidding me. Okay.
The Sea
There.
Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Well, I suppose best to tell Lestrade about my new plan.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof. You've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Okay.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
Would have been nice if it told me that. Actually, yeah, this would be a good place.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
But who's trying to break in?
Shh! Did you hear that?
And there's
There's
our
someone
would-be
there.
thief.
I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there!
But he couldn't have killed him, or else why not
All
just
right,
take
my
it after
fine
the
fellow.
deed?
Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here, waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
The notebook is
Enough.
definitely his.
You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
I don't think it was the kid. Because, yeah, maybe the notebook dropped after the murder, but he would have noticed. And he had 5 good hours to realize it and come back and get it before the body was discovered. So let's see.
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor.
Ring. From R. Dawson to my friend and partner. 1883.
And partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. A handkerchief with the initials JHN.
Okay, and the pocket knife he
pocket
tried to
knife.
use.
It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. These abbreviations...
Alright, let's talk to the boy.
Locked.
Alright, John. Let's see about you. Shabby cap. Patch. Expensive fabric. Dirt, though. Elaborate buttons. Calluses. He obviously works with his hands. Scars. He's likely a sailor as well. Thin neck. He doesn't seem strong enough to overpower Black Peter. The build just doesn't seem right. Especially...
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes.
Especially not to the point to pin him
Where
against
did
the
you
wall.
find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
Worse for
But
you,
I will find
though?
out eventually,
I mean,
Mr.
can
Nelligan.
things get any worse?
The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
So who's our Dawson?
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Never mind then.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your
So why lie
father
about
gone
it?
and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Okay. So, retrieving break-in attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in the pool of blood. This proves the guilt of the person who made this attempt. But it doesn't. We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to fully pierce a body.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Well, unfortunately, we can't. So, let's run into a wall a little bit. Back to Baker Street. don't think Nilligan did anything except the attempted break-in. But it's his notebook.
A spot of whaling, Watson? Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible, but if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Well, that seems like a good point to stop. Next time, we'll be able to continue the case and throw a harpoon at a pig. Haha.